you can already see the colors that we're going to be using today. We're going to be using titanium white for the background, Pyrrole red, Mars black, medium magenta, Viridian, which is a blue-green, sapphire blue, lime green, orange yellow, and primary yellow. Someone asked me how I mix my paints. So if you're new to this and you want to know how to mix paints, these are just bottled. They are just mixed with Floetrol and water, and then the paint. Generally I use Liquitex. Sometimes I use others. This one's Creative Impressions. I know that, and this is a premix that I like to use. So it just depends, and those will be down in the comments below, but I'm going to show you how to mix the paint. If you want to mix it in cups, all you do is take a color. In this case, I'm just going to do titanium white, and you're going to use a healthy amount of titanium white. We're going to be using about 1/3 of our paint for this pour to about 3 parts of Floetrol. And I do that when I need to thin my paints down for a pour. I add water, and if they've been sitting for a while, they may also need a little bit of water if they're bottled and you've pre-mixed them. Okay, so we just put our paint in there. That's probably about enough titanium white. And then I'm going to add my Floetrol. So about 3 parts Floetrol. You can measure this if you'd like. I do usually eyeball it. So I go 1 and 2, and I see what I think I have about enough Floetrol, and I did not filter this. You really should filter your Floetrol. For this I did not, just showing you how to do it. But there's lots of gunk in Floetrol, and you may want to filter it so that you don't get that gunk in your painting. If not, you're going to be using tweezers and you're going to be tweezing it out. It's unfortunate that there is so much gunk in Floetrol these days. If you're using Elmer's glue oil and water, you probably won't have that trouble. Elmer's glue oil and water can be used with about 1-to-1 ratio, and then just add it to your paint exactly like Floetrol. So we just mix it up. They say to make it look like warm honey. One day I am going to actually heat up some honey and bring it and show you what warm honey looks like. Does anybody know what warm honey looks like? That's kind of runny. And this is actually fairly thick, actually very thick. So I'm going to add a little bit more Floetrol to this. And I would say eyeball it and see. But you definitely can take out your kitchen scale and you can measure in ounces, 1 ounce to 3 ounce. That's fine. That's looking a little bit better. I'm going to add a little bit of water. This is distilled water. When you add water to your paints, it really should be distilled water. You don't want to add any little creatures, sediments, whatever's in the water. You don't really want to add that to your paint. You might get things growing in it later. Also, a word of caution: if you mix your paints right beforehand, you may get a lot of bubbles. You're definitely going to need to torch it to get the bubbles out of it. Try to mix the paint beforehand, and I'm just showing you how to mix your paint. Definitely some gunk in this from the Floetrol. Here we go. This is mixed up about the right consistency. I'm not sure if that's warm honey, but it's going to be fine for this painting. And there it is. Okay, we're going to start with our colors, and we're going to layer our paint. Okay, we're ready to do our pour, and this is a pour that I've always heard called a split pour, but B.R. Turner, who is one of the movers and shakers in the pouring community on YouTube, calls this a weld pour, and it's definitely got the colors inspired by B.R. Turner. He has wonderfully bright, beautiful paintings. So we're going to give this a shot, and we're going to pour this split pour. And hopefully we have enough paint. Definitely some wild colors here going on. now going to add our white. Okay, we're going to give this a good torch. And we're going to tilt. Got some wild colors going on here. Okay, here it is. Not exactly how I thought it would turn out, but tell me what you think in the comments below. See you next time.